I'm going in. We don't do all of that talking, bro. We going in. Yeah, everything's a go when I'm on the end. Gangsta, 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 where I begin. I'm going in. We going in.
It ain't no sit down, fuck talking. Ain't no chit chat, you touch mine, it's fuck yours. Get my lick back, we pulled up and doubled down. Yeah, we hit back, then party hard and drink up, nigga.
What's up, bro?
Yo,
So,
what's good? What's good?
there we go. Sorry. Trying to do this from the phone.
You
I keep
good?
clicking the wrong button. How are you doing tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing tonight, man?
Could be better, as you know, but doing good other than that.
Hey, sounds good, man. Just want to say, everybody, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome to Kickstands Down, another episode with your favorite podcasters, influencers, or whatever you want to call us. You know me, and you know who I be. But if you don't know, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I go by Trouble, aka Left Lane Bully. Who might you be, sir?
As you all know, it's that one guy, Frost, coming at you to give you another spectacular show with my bro right here, Trouble. Um, we are going to be starting stuff out a little bit different tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and let bro hit this disclaimer. And I want you all to bear with us, please. Go ahead and knock that out, bro.
All right, like you guys already know that all these subscribers and all the ones that are subscribing for the first time, this show, this podcast is about our thoughts and opinions only. They do not have a direct effect on any club that we may or may not be affiliated with, or anybody else that we may or may not be affiliated with. Once again, this is a disclaimer to let you know these are our thoughts and opinions only, and we appreciate you for tuning in.
So, do you want to start this off?
Yeah, I'll start it off. Um, Listen, real quick, guys. Life is too short, right? I want to start the show off by saying that. As you all know, we experience things in life. Okay, so with that being said, we want to give a moment of silence before we get into our hot topic. Before we get into anything else, we want to pay our respects because we lost a good bro, a good big brother, a brother of mine, a brother of his, a brother of many, a son, a father, influencer, all around good guy,
Mentor.
mentor. The list goes on and on and on. So, first and foremost, if you guys are at home watching this live and if you're watching this replay, if you could shush the children, shush the dogs, and let us get a quick 15 to 20 seconds of silence, please. Um, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate that moment of silence um, for a brother that we will truly, 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 truly miss. So, with that being said, bro, what we got going on this evening, man?
So, as you can all tell, we lost someone dear to us, and uh, we're just getting it public and everything. So he was really close to both of us. He was a really good friend, family, and everything else, not just club related, but outside the club as well. So I do appreciate everybody for taking their moment of silence there. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I made a special thumbnail tonight, and it says Memento Mori and Memento Vivere. Vivir. Sorry. And it means remember death and remember life, both of which neither are negative or anything. They both mean to live the moment to its fullest, respect the happenings going around in your life, respect the ones that you were able to be blessed with, and just remember to live. And remember, don't fear death. We all die, it's all gonna happen. So let's just keep everybody in our memories and our thoughts and our prayers, the blessings. No matter what religion you may be, pray for all of those around you, because you never know. That's something that got taken out of stuff that I believe in, and I believe in the power of faith, no matter what your religion may be. So I do want to say I appreciate everybody. That being said, we also had something else special going on tonight, and we have a special guest. You guys have heard us talk about him and his club and all the good that they do. So I'm going to get him up here and let the man himself introduce himself to everybody. And hang on one second and bear with me, because I'm old and not technological like that. There we go. How you doing tonight, bro?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for having us, guys. And first, let me express our condolences from the whole Guardian Riders Nation for the loss of your brother, man. It never gets easy, but it's part of it. But it's our hearts and thoughts and prayers are with you guys and your entire family.
We appreciate that.
Absolutely appreciate it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mute ourselves for a moment, give you a moment to introduce yourself to everybody and tell them a little bit about you.
Okay. I'm Nitro. I'm national president of the Guardian Riders. I'm out of Bristol, Tennessee, right on the Tennessee-Virginia line. We are a victims advocate club. We primarily focus on helping kids that are either aging through the foster care system, or it could be an abused child, neglected, whatever. But we say that we stand in the gap between victims and abusers. And that could be veterans, it could be battered women, it could be the homeless, just anybody that needs a hand up. And that's kind of where we take our pride in what we're able to do. And it's, it's a blessing to us. I've got a different background, been riding all my life, been in the club world a long, long time. And we're in a different lane. We know where our lane is. We stay in it. We're a different kind of club. I say it that way. Some people say we're leaning towards a motorcycle mission, or maybe even a ministry or something, but we are an MC. But what we do is completely different than as far as I know, there's nobody out there doing anything like what we're doing, because if there had been, I'd have sure joined that instead of trying to start our own. But we've been around a few years and starting to kind of grow a little bit, and that we stay pretty busy. There's people every day that needs help, especially these kids, and this time of year is a busy time for us as well.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So, as you guys know, we're not, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm at my brain is scrambled right now, but we're not new to the gray beards on our channel, right? So,
At all.
so,
That's why I
shaved. We got a couple of them things, you feel me? But at the same time, appreciate you sharing that, letting the guests know a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what you guys do. but I have some questions for you. It's
Yes, sir.
trouble hot. It's trouble hot seat time.
All
Okay.
right.
So first and foremost, welcome to the show. Thanks for obliging the request
Yes,
to
sir.
be on Case Hands Down. But I want to know, how did you get started in this whole motorcycle thing? Like, what intrigued you to get on a motorcycle, and how did you start?
Originally, when I first started riding in the club world, um, I had a little different upbringing, had a pretty rough childhood. It is what it is. Didn't doesn't affect me now. I don't guess. I don't know. Maybe it does. But um, I've ridden dirt bikes and all that stuff all my life, and it was just kind of a natural progression. Got into high school, I rode a motorcycle to school. I didn't have a car, and it's kind of progressed. It's been that way all my life. Um, you're looking, especially at that age, you're looking for family. And I didn't have that growing up. I didn't really have a family. Um, and I found that hanging out with some of the club guys, and they just kind of took me under their wing, and that's where I got started. Uh, and that finding that sort of the father figure, for lack of a better word, uh, it made a difference. And the guys that I was hanging out with, they'd jerk a knot in me just the same as anybody else. But I was used to that with the home life that I had. So it really kind of pushed me in the right direction, I think. But that's how I got started. Uh, Came up, rode several years with a couple different clubs. Gave it up for about 8 years, maybe a little longer than that, I guess. Um, when I was raising my kids, when the kids were little in high school, playing ball, whatever, I needed to be a dad. And then once they got grown, all that, then I don't think I'll ever get completely away from it. If you're not doing it, it's eating at you. And right now, today I just had a knee replaced a couple months ago, and they told me 6 weeks before I could get back on the bike. It was 2 weeks to the day I was back on my bike. You just can't walk away from it. And I think even if you do, it kind of drags you back in. But looking at it now, uh, almost from my point of view, I've seen the set change so much over the years. And don't get me wrong, there's still fantastic guys in there. And again, we're in a different lane now than what I've been in a past life. And we stay in that lane. What we do is completely different than anything I've ever done before. But it's I can lay my head on the pillow at night and know that I'm changing something. And we know that no matter how big we get, how much we do, we can't change the world. We're just not that big of a club. But I've said it before, if we can change the world just a little bit for one of these little heroes, one of these little kids that are getting beaten or getting molested or neglected or whatever, then what we do is worth it. And that's just where we're coming from with it.
And see,
I love it.
that takes me back to the episode where you was actually just coming home from the hospital. We had Archbishop on here from
Yeah.
the Big Boneyard and the Diamond Effect.
Yeah.
And he made sure to, put a little knowledge out there that you just verified, that it's not just the holidays that we need to look out for each other. It's not just the holidays that we need to try to help. It's year round. There's always people.
Right.
There's always situations that can be worse than yours. Sometimes you're not able to, give that money or give them toys or do whatever, but you can be an ear for somebody. If they just
Exactly.
need somebody to talk to, someone to listen, whatever it may be, you can get that just from being there with somebody. And Marcus Green said, one person can change the world. And that is completely true. It takes that little bit of stubbornness to not give up in the way that this world is being, to continue to push us on.
Yeah.
And as you know, Nitro, whenever me and you first met, it was actually on Mike Ball's show, who's on here tonight as well. Good
Yeah.
evening, bro. And I just happened to mention something about the toy drive that we was doing over here at Kickstands Down, and you jumped in and was like, "Hey, that's what we do," and that right there, I wasn't expecting it, but it was amazing. Like, that just let the whole ball get to rolling to where we are now.
Yeah.
So you said that you've been doing this for a while now, which is very impressive that you haven't, lost that mentality and that you're still pushing. And I love hearing that right there. That's great. But I do got to ask, what do you ride?
Right now, I've got an Indian Challenger, and I've also got a Triumph Bobber, and then I've got a CRF 250F, kind of a street and trail, I guess you'd say. And then I've got an old Kawasaki Vulcan. So I've usually, if the old lady's with me or if we're traveling crossing the state, I'm on that Indian. But just running around town, I love my little Bobber. I'm too old and fat really to ride it, but I love that little bike. It's rides rough. It beats you to death. It's loud. It's fickle as hell, but I love that bike better than anything I've had in a long time.
What'd you start on? As far as like a real motorcycle, not a dirt bike.
Well, my first one that I had that was actually tagged was a 175 two-stroke Enduro. Had just pretty much a dirt bike with signal lights and all that. It was a 72 or a 73 model. The first actual cruiser that I had was a 400 Yamaha, and they called it a Maxim. They made them for a long time, but again, back then a 400 was a decent sized bike. You get up into a 900 or 1,000, that was a big bike, and now it's nothing compared to what's out there. But went through several of the rice bikes, metric bikes, whatever you want to call them. Still keep one, just for knocking around. Or I ride year round. It's Tennessee, our winters, we might get averaging in the upper 40s or something. That's riding weather. But if there's old dry salt on the road or something, I get that old Vulcan out and run it. I don't get one of the good bikes out. But the thing, and like with our club, you are required to have a cruiser style bike. You can't ride a sport bike in the pack. But that being said, we don't care who makes it. If it doesn't matter if it's metric, whatever, we don't care. What we're looking for is help with getting these kids out of these bad situations. I don't care how you get there, just get there, and we need that help.
I got it. I got you. So I want to, when you brought that back up, I wanted to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So is it safe to say that due to your upbringing, that the lane that you are in right now, which is a wonderful lane and I love it, would it be safe to say that that helped you actually want to give back? Did that help you actually want to see better for children, coming up nowadays?
I think it does, and I think it hits a little different for me than some of the other guys. We've got people that it takes all kinds with what we do. We need people that'll do paperwork. We need people that can be braiding hair and coloring, and we need people that can have a come to Jesus talk with somebody that's getting out of hand. But because I went through a lot of what these kids have gone through, I was never molested, but that's about all that they stopped short of. But I see it. I know where those kids are coming from sometimes, and yeah, it probably hits a little deeper for me. You'll run missions from time to time that we ran one that couple little boys that had got burned really bad in a 4th of July accident. and that one hit close to home. But some of the ones where we go in and try to, what we try to do is be preemptive. If we see something happening, we try to get in before it happens. Instead of putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, we try to fix it. And I think that makes a difference, because some of us have lived through that. So we understand what those kids are going through, and we know what to look for. Doesn't make me an expert or anything like that, but I've seen more than most, I guess. But yeah, I believe it has. I believe it makes a difference.
That's good. That's a good deal. I want to talk about this comment right here. Red, what up, sis? Says, I would love to see the Guardian Riders down here in NC. So the reason why I wanted to touch on that, right, is because kickstands down is just starting off good, right? We're way less than a year in. So with good content like we're doing tonight, um, good we're talking to people who actually are doing something out here. You know what I'm saying? That's actually making a change. I would love, Frost, if you're game, I would love to do a kickstands down on the move and actually revisit the Guardian Riders on one of these events. We can pick one and we actually, do some interviews out there. See, like we were talking about before, like the expressions on the kids' faces, the parents, even if they're
Yeah,
available, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And like really put it on. He already has it out there in Tennessee going pretty good, right? So, sis, that's the way that we can bring it over here to let our viewers and the mass know that, hey, listen, we coincide here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We ain't scared to cross a line to show some love and support. As you already know, Frost, we're not scared to cross the line, baby.
yeah,
Ain't nobody scared to cross the line, baby. So, with that being said, I look forward to having conversations with you in the future to see how we can organize that. And even if, hell, I don't know if you guys wanted to expand, and there's several people out here who, like you stated before, if they knew that it was going on, that they would just jump on board versus starting it out.
right.
And maybe, we can expand the brand out this way through word of mouth. Let's just try to keep this positive train going because each one teach one, right?
That's
Prophet
it.
used to say that all the time, right? So each one teach one. I don't know it all. We don't know it all. You don't know it all. You've been living for a while, but you know enough to know something about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I want to take the time out to say, hey, Frost, we do it every show. So AB got us with the give backs, right?
yeah.
So then we got Brother Nitro on the line. Hey man, we got some work to do this coming up year.
Hey,
So, speaking of the give backs, like you're talking about, and the whole meeting up with Nitro, like you was talking about, Nitro and I had a conversation, which is actually what spawned this portion of the show. And he's got an event coming up that's actually not too far from either one of us. Um, that I think we may be able to pull off, and it's still I think 2 weeks away. I'm not
yeah,
sure. I'll throw him back up here and let him get into the specifics. But you know how my old man memory is.
yeah. You guys are welcome at anything we do. We'd love to have you. 12/9 on the 9th of December is our national Christmas party. And if you guys wanted to come up, if you wanted to interview some Guardian Riders, that would be the time. There'll probably be 100 of us here, but from different places, But that would work out good. And we had talked about your all's toy drive down there, and I know we've got one big box of toys that we've already collected at the clubhouse for you. I'm not sure what they've got. I haven't been to the clubhouse in a couple of days. I've been doing some other running. But I'm sure by then we'll have several. Uh, we've got that event going on. We're doing stockings for one of the children's homes. We do what it is. All the children's homes, the residential homes, they provide toiletries and things like that, but it's institutional toiletries. And if you ever been locked up, you know that stuff ain't much good. But it tickles them to death to get brand name stuff. And we did this back in the spring with them. We put together little gift bags, but we're doing it as stockings this year. So we'll be packing those this week. All the old ladies just went around and bought every travel size, whatever, out of every dollar store. So we've got that going on. One of the other bunches over on the Virginia side is doing a dinner for a family in Saltville, Virginia. We've got several guys that live over that way, and there's a family over there that they know that needs a little bit of help. So that's on 12/17. We've got a restaurant involved with us, and they're doing a pulled pork plate. But we got boots on the ground with Salvation Army going, where we go in and help feed the homeless at the Salvation Army. And then we also do a care package that's about a gallon size freezer bag, and it's got hot hands and gloves and stocking caps and a pair of socks, and we take care of some coffee and biscuits and stuff for them. But there's always something going on. There's 2 chapters right here in Bristol, and there's always something going on. Anytime you guys want to come up, just let me know, and we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Good stuff. I appreciate it. I know for myself the 9th is not feasible. I got too much stuff going on this coming up week.
Yeah.
But definitely I want to look into the other dates. And like I said, we're gonna do more talking off the air so that I can get all the information needed, and we can start actually, throwing it on the page, because our viewers are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I think we're sitting at what? We just started 9-10 shows in. We're sitting right up under 100. So, and they're coming from different angles. So it actually might be some viewers out there where you're at right now that might just pull up on you, just off the strip. Like, hey, I was listening to Kickstands Down. I saw you up there. So wanted to stop by, show some love and support. Just like my mom did when we mentioned the toy drive. She has no idea about how this whole set MC world works. She just knows that her baby boy loves it, and she's going to try and show some love and support. And that's all we be trying to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the word out there, get people up on protocol and education, and just move. Just move, man. I mean, the world is already effed up as it is. So why are we going to make it worse? You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah, I do have to say that's one of the good things is, about every club around that we've hung out with, sat down, talked to, or whatever, they're behind what we're doing. I mean, who's going to be against a kid club, a club that's helping kids? But they all get behind us, help us out. They support us, take care of whatever we need, and there's still the politicking and all that's got to be done. It is what it is. That's just the way the set moves. And we want to be respectful. We want to go about things the right way. So it takes a little time to move and grow. But we've managed to work that out so far. But it's been smoother than I thought it was going to in the last year. Probably it's gotten a whole lot easier.
So let me ask you this: the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Nitro. So we've got a little bit of knowledge on who you are, what you stand for, and where you came from, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about it. Do you have any off time, my man? What do you like to do in the off time, if you have any?
Well, I get a little, but what I typically do is go ride. It's different. It hits different if you're riding across the state to have a sit down with one of the Big Brother clubs as going up in the mountain with your old lady and turning the phone off and riding. I do some bike building. I've got tubing benders and welders and all that stuff. I make handlebars and sissy bars and frames and all that. So I do some bike building through the winter time. Other than that,
I found a mechanic to fix my bike finally.
I was just about to say, two of my bros need bars, so we'll be hitting you up. Let's go.
we'll take care of it. Other than, it seems like everything I do kind of hinges around motorcycles. Uh, it's the my kids are up and grown and all that, and of course I got grandbabies now, and I like that. I can make them mean send them home. Mountain Dew and jelly beans. That's payback. Uh, but when if they come in to stay or something, then I hang out here. But other than that, if we get a free weekend, the wife and I are both kind of semi-retired, and at the drop of a hat, I'll call her. I work part-time at an Indian dealership, and I'll call her and say, "Hey, I'm off the next 3 days. Get your go bags." And she keeps them packed. And, we'll jump on the bike and we'll wake up in Georgia or something. I mean, just wherever. And worked a long time to get to the point where we could do this, but it's pretty rewarding. But that's about the only downtime I get. And it never fails. I can be in the middle of trying to do some downtime or something, the phone will ring or whatever, and I've got to go and do something else. But it's a labor of love, and it's what I signed up for. And I think that God has got a purpose for people, and I went for years, had no idea why He had spared me. Again, I've been through some stuff, and I've had 3 heart attacks, had double bypass, had a spell last week that was I spent Thanksgiving in the hospital. They did a stent. They found a vessel that was 95% blocked. Some of that stuff should have taken me out, but I don't know, or I didn't know why God had spared me through all this. And I think it was this club, that there are kids out there that still need help. And we need to continue to grow the club to where we're in those areas. Yes, we can jump on a bike and ride 2 hours to go help somebody out, but it's not the same as having boots on the ground in that area. And like you're talking about moving into North Carolina, that would be great. We just need to do some sit downs and do the politicking part and just do it right. We want to be respectful, and not necessarily because, we're in a different lane. We're completely different, but there's guys that bled and died for this way before I ever come around. And I don't want to disrespect them by just going out and throwing patches on people. That's not how this works. You sit down, you do it right. You come correctly, and then you're not going to have any problems. That's completely different. And that's kind of basically, didn't mean to get into a big tear, but I spend a lot of my free time that if I'm not here doing club stuff, I'm traveling doing club stuff, basically.
Oh no, it's not a tear at all. That's what you're up here for. You're right. We have this little niche that we have between the both of us, where we use our guests as punching bags, so we make you talk. So,
Hey, listen, I'm married. I have to go home and Google stuff she calls me because I don't even know what it means sometimes. So yeah.
Oh my God.
So you
Yeah.
heard it there from a true
Yeah.
graybeard. You're never gonna understand women, fellas. Stop trying. So
No.
Hey,
all we can do is hop on our bikes and go get some wind therapy, because we're gonna need some kind of therapy dealing with them. Speaking of which, babe, I'm taking a sabbatical and going to Tennessee.
but look though, you forgot a part. So he said that his wife actually has a to go bag already packed. So listen, for the fellas out here, like my situation, right? She don't like to ride in the cold. So listen, this is what you do. You pack her to go bag, or you tell her to get it to go bag, and you wait till it cools down, and then you're good to go. You can ride by yourself all day long. But nah, seriously though, if you I hope she ain't listening. She probably not. But if and when, right, brother Nitro, between me and Frost, man, we got plenty connects. So if and when you're ready to make that move, don't hesitate, dude. Like if you don't, I'm pretty sure you got connects out here, but I'm pretty sure like it would be a no brainer. You know what I'm saying, to
Right.
actually start that up. Like seriously, because like I said, I don't mind crossing state lines. I cross state lines all the time. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? God be willing and time be willing and money be great. Hey, let's skate. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, the light went off. Other than that, you know, hey, reach out because we're definitely going to reach out to you. I feel like we've formed a another bond here over the
Absolutely.
air. So let's get this thing going. Frost, what you got, bro?
Man, I was talking to Nitro earlier, and he goes, "What are y'all gonna ask me about?" And I was like, we're gonna ask you about the toy drive and the dinner that I believe is on the 17th. So,
Uh, yes.
yep, see, the 17th. I remembered something.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go. Okay. So, on the 17th, and we're gonna ask you about, how you got started in the club situation overall in general, not specifics. Uh, my bro Spook on here right now. What's up, bro? So, I didn't really know what we was gonna ask him, but I knew that this man had so much good going on that the one part of the conversation that I knew that we was gonna touch on was the change in the narrative.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I said for sure. If you go look at the picture I sent you, Trouble, I sent it to YouTube, but I was like, changing the narrative because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the narrative. Everybody's got this stereotype thanks to mainstream media that bikers are bad and we're all big, burly, fat guys or sweaty, tattooed, long haired, looking homeless looking people. And it's not true. We're fathers, sons, brothers, uncles, you name it, and we're there. And then on the female side, you got mothers, daughters, sisters, aunts. They're all out here doing this united. And as long as we let the mainstream media and let the government keep us separated the way that the set has been for so long, we're not going to be able to change it and do what we need to do. We need to get this narrative changed so we can unite. Once we unite, then we're going to have all kinds of love and power and good stuff going on. And it's not just the clubs like ours or like his that are out here doing stuff. Uh, I believe it was BD put up one saying that a police officer was threatening to quit if he had to escort the HAs on their toy drive.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, that's what I'm against. I don't play that. No, that's not the way you need to be. You're out here as a public servant. You need to serve the public. That's what they're trying to do is serve the public, the ones that are in need. You're supposed to support that, have their back, go out there and invest your time and stuff too. You're taking all of our tax dollars for a paycheck. The least you can do is get out here and run some lights so we can shut down some traffic for a minute for a good cause. And
And you,
that's just how I feel about it. And I feel that, once we unite, we can actually change that narrative. And that is a necessity with the way that stuff's going right now.
Yeah.
and you know what? Just to add on to that, Frost, which is all good points. Um, the main thing that I think that needs to happen in order to change the narrative, right? We can talk about it. We have this platform. Other people have their platforms. Nitro has his platform. People all across the world have their platform, right? But the main thing that needs to be done is to actually integrate. And what I mean by that is not necessarily becoming buddy buddy with somebody, but if you see that other people on the same platform are talking the same type volume that you're delivering, hey, let's talk. How can we help each other to make our goal? Because it sounds like the same goal. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different direction that you're pushing it. So, like Nitro said, which is the main, I heard everything, but the main thing that I heard him say is boots on the ground. I love that
Oh,
because a street team. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be in your club or an associates of your club, get out there and talking to the community and hey, listen, this is what we're doing. This is how we're trying to help. These are the things that we have coming up. We would like for you to come out. Now, it's probably going to start off rocky, as Nitro already knows. I'm pretty sure you can tell 1,000 stories about that. But since he's already got the ball rolling, why don't we just keep pushing it? You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're about to start up some merch. I'm going to say that right here tonight on Kickstands Down. We're going to start up some merch. I'm about tired of this light going out on me, but we're going to start up some merch, and you're going to see in the near future, you're going to see Kickstands Down teaming up with Brother Nitro and whoever else is a part of this movement so that we can get more boots on the ground, so that we can sit out here and really try to change the narrative. Because when you get North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and everybody else coming in one central location, the news is going to be there anyway. It's
Yeah.
up to them to broadcast it. You know what I'm saying? But if we broadcast it on our own channels, we got our own viewers, we got our own, what we can do anything up here we want to. Who the hell gonna tell us we can't?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So pushing the narrative. What I know, I went deep, but pushing the narrative, but also with the boots on the ground, man. Yo, y'all got me amped. I'm ready. What's up? What we doing?
That's why I brought this brother on here tonight, because I knew by bringing Nitro on here and bringing him onto this platform, we're trying to do good. He's trying to do good. And we're trying to show that not all bikers are bad, that we actually do good. The social media pictures and everything had the toys that we was able to gather up down here. And like he said, he's got more up there for us. And that right there is another blessing that just shows that, a little bit of networking and communication can take you a long way.
Yeah.
And by bringing this brother on here tonight to talk to us, Brother Nitro from the Guardian Riders out here doing it and having the boots on the ground, he said they got 2 chapters in Bristol alone. And don't get me wrong, I know Bristol's Tennessee and Virginia, so I don't know if that's why or if y'all's just that busy. But either way, I give y'all props for that. And at the same time, we have this platform. And you said earlier before the show started, you guys have a channel, but you're not really using it and all that. So it is a blessing for us to be able to use our platform to help get your word out and all of the positive that you're doing, because we don't want it to just be about us. We have all these other channels, Mike Balls, Hollywoods, Black Dragons, the Big Boneyard, the Diamond Effect. All these other people are out here that are trying to show that not everybody's out here just running amok.
Yeah.
And
So with that is, oh my bad. Go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, and that right there is a blessing that we're able to communicate and network the way that we had for this episode.
Absolutely. So with that being said, give if you don't mind, Frost, Brother Nitro, the main screen again. And Brother Nitro, I want you to because we still have a good amount of viewers in here. So I want you to give them how you can be reached. They see your name and they see the club name, but how you can be reached, whether it's social media, Gmail, email, whatever, phone number, where there's a hotline. Could you just give out any information needed to get in contact with you, just in case there's some more boots that needs to be on the ground?
Yes, sir. You can go to guardianriders.com and it'll take you to our website. We're a little behind on it. We just had an election and elected a new national secretary. So he's kind of getting everything filled out. So it's a little behind, but he'll be catching up on that soon. Guardianriders.com. You can also go to the Guardian Riders Facebook page. Have to kind of look. There's some other Guardian Riders, but they're a little different than us. You'll notice ours. and then if you just Google Guardian Riders, it'll pull up all kinds of articles and things like that. And most of the news articles, they always give all of our contact info and all that. You can also just email guardianriders@outlook.com, and that will come directly in. There's one of myself included and a couple of the other nomads can see that email. So one of us will actually pick it up and send it wherever it needs to go. But yeah, I mean, if it's someone that needs a hand, don't hesitate to reach out. That's what we're here for. You know, we have everything from veteran counselors. We have guys on staff. If you need to reach out, if you need a little bit of just somebody to talk to, you know, I'm not an expert, but I've got an ear. I can listen. But we do have actual counselors on staff that can help you with stuff like that. Don't be alone. And we'll do whatever we got to do to get somebody to you. You know, we may not have a chapter in that area, but we can get somebody there. And I appreciate all the accolades and y'all talking about me, but it's not all me, guys. I've got phenomenal leadership in this club that these guys will pick up something. I'll throw something out and they'll pick up it and run with it. And they're tireless. They do it thanklessly, and their hearts are in the right place. Of course, we want to grow the club and all that. That's important. But we're more concerned with quality. And if somebody we could open a chapter wherever, but if they're not concerned with the mission, if they're not mission specific, our mission specific, then is it really doing us any good? You know, we want people that move and know how to move and work and run in the MC world, but the mission that's got to be the most important. But yeah, any of those ways you can get in touch with us. And it, like I said, all of it will come into a couple different people and it'll get passed to the proper channels.
I kind of tried to type it as you was saying it. So it's at the ticker at the bottom of the screen. I got guardianriders.com and a Facebook page. Also able to Google Guardian Riders MC, and if I wasn't mistaken, it was Guardian Riders at Outlook.com.
Yep, that's it.
Awesome. Okay, so that's down there at the ticker for everybody watching live or watching post production. Make sure that you go on there, check them out. You know, hit them up, see if there's anything that you can do, any way you can contribute. I personally, you know, think that what this club is doing is beyond amazing. The fact that, you know, they're out here not only just talking it, but actually walking it. So they're actually out here doing it. I do have one question because I am not familiar with this information. Are you an AMA or OMC club?
No, we're neither. We're just an MC. We're not AMA sanctioned. We're not 1%ers, but we're just an MC. We do wear a 3-piece patch.
So you're part of the COC?
No, we don't.
You're not?
We got to stay neutral. We're not going to be part of the COC. We can't support anybody. You know, we're friends with everybody, but you know, we as long as I've got the gavel, we're not going to put a support patch on. We can't, because, you know, it may be a different big brother. It may be a different dominant here in this town as the next town over. And if we put a support patch on, then we're
limited.
Yeah. So, you know, a kid in need or a veteran or a battered woman, they don't care who the dominant is. They just need help. And that's why we don't wear support patches. We're completely independent.
And see,
I love the way you put that. I love the way you put that. A woman, a battered woman, or a child in need doesn't care who a dominant is. I love that though, because it's their narrative. I got to stop saying his. I apologize because it's not just yours. I do get what you were saying in there. It's just that, you know, you're the representative tonight, so I got to pick on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but y'all's narrative is something that shouldn't really be tampered with anyway, in my opinion. Like I said, these are my thoughts and opinion, my thoughts and opinion only. They do not reflect da 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 da. Da. Y'all already heard it. So, but things like this, when it comes down to community, when it comes down to supporting the community, when it comes down to give backs, things of that nature, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as a club that's a pop up club that just wants to start partying
Yeah.
and wants to be known and just, popping up in different AOs and trying to just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you pop up in the AO, you're going to do a purpose.
Yeah.
You guys are going to do a purpose,
Yeah.
Guardian Writers. But like, we can go on and on about that. But Frost, I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good on the interview, unless you have another question or remark that
Um,
you would like.
Actually, yeah. So I know that, we do have a female following as well. So for those female writers that might be watching either live or post show, are you guys a co-ed club or
No, we wear a three piece, so no, we don't have female members. But that being said, we have supporters, and our women are put on a pedestal. They wear a property of, or some of them don't want to wear property, so they just wear a regular support patch. But our women are put on a pedestal. All this stuff that you see, and you know this, but just for the people out there, this stuff that you see out there that people are passing old ladies around and all that, that's just ridiculous. They People watch Sons of Anarchy and they think that's how it is. If that was the case, we'd all catch a RICO charge and it'd be over with by the first episode. It's none of that is true. And but we have ladies that will come in and help, put stockings together or something like that. They don't even have a man that rides, but they just come and hang out. And with our bunch, they're as safe as if they were in their mama's arms. Man, they ain't nobody gonna bother them. But no, we don't have female members, but we do have, I guess you'd call them associates, maybe, or I don't know, just supporters.
affiliated?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, we'll take all the good help we can get.
I
And
love the way that you worded it for those that don't know. If you notice, he said we wear a three-piece patch. So, no. And that right there is part of the tradition,
yeah,
one of the traditions that are slowly being stepped on and watered down. That, I do have to say I'm against, because I do love the fact that this culture, this lifestyle, and all this has been around for as long as it has. So I'm a big stickler on history, protocol, culture, all of it. And you know, the fact that you worded it that way lets me know that you have really really
been
been on
around a
the
while.
scene for a
Been,
minute, and
been around a while.
that right there is honorable.
I appreciate
Hey, that whole my bad. That Pat setup is a whole different conversation. So let's not dig into it.
it.
Let's
Yeah,
wait. We'll be up here to
Hey,
10:30.
we touched on it in one of our previous videos. So if you, ladies and gentlemen, haven't seen that video, go back and watch that video. So we're not going to tell you what it's about. Obviously, you just got a hint. So go back, watch that. Show some love. Catch the shows that you've missed. All the new subscribers on here and all the new people on here, we do appreciate it. Uh, for anyone who is trying to get a hold of Nitro or the Guardian Riders in general, if you happen to forget what this ticker is saying at the bottom of the screen right here, and has been saying for a while now, to hit us up. Make sure you reach out. We have no problem reaching out and communicating on your behalf or linking you up with, or however you might want to do it. So we are here to help spread that message as well. He asked me if we would talk about that dinner that's on the 17th. And I was like, sure, but how about we bring you on the show and let you talk about it? Because, that helps you guys as well as us. We're trying to push that good narrative, and having people like you come on the show that's also pushing that good narrative shows that we're actually being authentic about what we're trying to say. And yes, we are supporters, but even though we are in the support demographic, we still have a broader perspective on the way that we're seeing stuff. And that's what this is about, is bringing that new perspective.
Yeah.
But I think I ran out of questions, and we've kept this man on here for 56 minutes.
That's okay.
Right. So
He was apologizing to us. Now I feel bad.
right. So, Brother Nitro, just want to let you know, first and foremost, appreciate it again for coming on King Stands Down. Also, since you are a guest, we do our closeouts different. So instead of us closing out the show, you'll actually be the closer. So I'll spark it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, women and children of all ages. It's your boy Trouble, Left Lane Bully. Just want to say I appreciate everybody for watching the show. Love on each other. If you don't hear anything else from Nitro, from Frost, from me, just love on each other. This is a time in need for the year, but however, people need things every day. All right. So stop taking people for granted. All right. Arguments that can be avoided, avoid them. Situations that are out of your control, leave it alone. Control what's in your narrative. Right now, we have a narrative that we're trying to change. So that's in our power because we have a mouthpiece to do so. Know your role, learn your role, and perfect your role. It's your boy Trouble, Left Lane Bully. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe.
And as you all know, it's that one guy, Frost, coming at you. I want to say I appreciate all you deviants for following us, keeping up with us, and being here tonight to help with not only the moment of silence for our fallen brother, but also for the good that the Guardian Riders are doing out here. Help us keep that going, help them keep that going, and try to all work together, man. I ain't got nothing else to say. I love you guys. I'm glad that you guys all support us, and we're blessed to have you all with us. Other than that, Brother Nitro, it's on you.
I want to say thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Appreciate the good talk and some of the good old school stuff. We don't see a whole lot of that anymore. This time of year especially, take care of each other. Don't pass up an opportunity to reach out and say what's up to a friend or a relative or somebody that you haven't seen in a while. And by all means, if you just need somebody to talk to, just need an ear, reach out to us. The contact info's up there. Google Guardian Riders. We'll get somebody to you if you need us. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate the support, and thank you for having me.
I'm going in. We don't do all of that talking, bro. We going in. Yeah, everything's a go when I'm on the end. Gangsta, 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 where I begin. I'm going in. We going in.
It ain't no sit down, fuck talking. Ain't no chit chat, you touch mine, it's fuck yours. Get my